Hi there. This is an astrological forecast for Aries for October 2010. And this also applies if you have an Aries ascendant. So Aries, this month is very much going to be about your relationships, all kinds of relationships, love relationships, business, work, friendships, any kind of relationship is coming under sharp focus for you this month. The other thing that's coming under sharp focus for you will be your finances, particularly any joint finances, any joint endeavours of finances that you have. Maybe you've made a loan to somebody, maybe you've taken out a loan. This would involve mortgages, would involve banks. So, and we've also, of course, got the overriding issue of Pluto still in your 10th house, which means that many of you are making huge choices connected with your career, with your work direction, where you feel you can make the most difference. This is still important. It's still a changing area. Many of you are still not quite sure where you're going, particularly with the fact that Uranus is now retrograde in your 12th house. You may feel in a way that the pressure has gone. Somehow the pressure's gone, and in some ways things may feel a little easier, as though you can breathe, but you're not quite sure what's happening next. Well, you've probably got between now and about February of next year to really get yourself clearer until Uranus comes into your sign fully for the next several years. So utilize this time to listen to intuitive messages with Jupiter Uranus in this 12th house for you this month. Listen to your dreams. Pay attention to any visions, any information that comes in. Really pay attention to it, because this too can help you with your future career and your future direction in your life. So let's look at these relationships. We've got a lot going on with communication in your relationships. We've got Mercury in this house for much of the month, the Sun in this house as well, and of course Saturn there, overriding there for the next couple of years. So Aries, you really need to take a strong look at your relationships. Is there enough balance in them? With Saturn there, is there too much control? Do you feel like somebody's trying to control you? This could be in the workplace as well as in a personal relationship. Do you feel too restricted in your relationships? With Mercury there, you might want to speak out. Maybe you need to get some advice or some counselling, or to share at least what's going on. But you will find that this month will be very much focused on how you're dealing with your relationships. And let's add to that the fact that Venus goes retrograde on the 13th of October until the 18th of November. Now this only happens every 18 months or so. And when Venus goes retrograde, this is really a time, and it's retrograde in your 8th house, Aries. So your 8th house of anything connected with a deep, intimate partnership you have, any kind of joint resources, anything connected with your money and your finances. This will come under sharp focus. And when Venus goes retrograde, it means that you need to reassess your relationships and your finances. This is a real opportunity. Many of you, if you've accumulated debt, you will really need to look at how you're going to deal with these debts. And it's definitely a time when Venus is retrograde not to go out and spend money on expensive clothes and jewellery. Not that you would, of course, Aries, but just not the time to do it. It's also not particularly the best time to have any kind of cosmetic or beauty treatments, or even a new hairdo, because often when Venus goes direct, you wonder what you've done. Oh my goodness, you may end up having to repeat the process to end up with something you like. That's the issue with a retrograde. Retrograde often means it's a good time to research, to think about, to rebalance, but not a good time to go directly ahead and do something that's majorly important, connected with your relationships and connected with your finance. I will be doing a separate video on this Venus retrograde so that you'll understand what is good to do during the retrograde and what it's good to avoid during the retrograde. But bet your bottom dollar that your relationships, particularly for you Aries, are coming under stark focus this month, and also your finances, particularly joint finances. We've also got this Mars is going to be in your 9th house for much of the month. Mars coming into Sagittarius, at the end of the month for you. So towards the 28th of the month, you will start to feel a lightening up of your energy. There will be a real intensity for a lot of this month, Aries. An intensity where you might feel as though you're fighting for what you need and for what you want. And Aries, you can be a fighter when you really need to be, and you may have to stick to your guns this month. But when this Mars comes into Sag at the end of the month, you may start to feel as though you can let go a little bit and just not care quite so much and not feel quite so intensely. Because if you've resolved a lot of the issues as the month has been going on, you'll feel like you can party, celebrate and enjoy yourself a little bit. So there you have it. I wish you a great month. And I'll see you soon. Thank you for listening. I offer all kinds of readings, 10-minute, financial, relationships. You can have an hour, you can have an in-depth reading, a solar return. You can ask me a question for $25 and I'll respond in an email of up to 150 words. So you've got a lot of options here, and I thank so many of you who send in nice comments and emails to me, and I just thank you for watching my videos.